Welcome to Witchfinder's Gaming Vault, and today I'm going to be looking at a system that I've never looked at before on my channel as far as I can remember, the Nintendo Gamecube. And the game I'm going to be looking at is Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. So let's take a look at the fact file for this one. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat was released in 2004 in Europe, which I think makes it the most recent game I've ever reviewed in this series. It was published by Nintendo, obviously, and it was developed by Nintendo EAD Tokyo. The price I paid for the game was £11.50, and if you want to pick yourself a copy up at this point in time, you can get it for around £15 to £20 on eBay. So what makes this game particularly interesting is it's got a very unusual control mechanism, and we're going to be taking a look at that mechanism in a little bit more detail, as well as the game itself. So let's get on with it. Let's kick things off as I always do then by looking at the packaging, and here it is. It's got the Nintendo Gamecube logo on the top. It's got the Donkey Kong Jungle Beat logo, which is quite nicely done, a little bit of sort of graffiti style. And then it's got what I would say is a pretty much hacked together image for the rest of the front cover, with Donkey Kong in the foreground punching out with his fist, and then there's a bunch of enemies in the background, but it's very much sort of cobbled together. It's not a particularly well drawn front cover. And as you can see at the bottom there, it says it's best with the bongos, which I'm going to be taking a look at in a moment. It also says not to be sold separately on there, so I wonder if this was a version of the game that was originally supposed to be bundled with the bongos. So let's move on to the spine, and all GameCube spines tend to look similar. It's got the GameCube logo on the left and the name of the game in a pretty boring font. A little bit of the background image in the background as well. So moving around onto the back cover, another picture of Donkey Kong there with his arms outstretched. Picture of the bongos as well. It says this is a DK Bongos action game. Beat the drums and clap your hands to operate the DK Bongos. With controls that easy, anyone can quickly learn how to play a DK Bongos action game. Make Donkey Kong perform all sorts of dynamic actions simply by tapping the drum and clapping your hands. In this new incarnation, Donkey Kong hurtles around huge realms in his quest to become the Ape King. So there we go, that's an overview of the game. There's some screenshots there as well at the bottom, which make it look like a 3D game, but I know full well that it isn't. So I'm not really sure. There must be like cutscenes and things like that. And a bit of copyright information and stuff at the bottom as well. Okay, so let's take a look what's inside the box, and firstly obviously you get the game. Here it is on the little GameCube disc. So that's nice. You do get the instructions, which I'll get back to in a moment. There's some other stuff as well. You've got this consumer information, which we're not going to bore ourselves with, and also this application card thing for the Nintendo VIP 24/7. 250 stars for registering. I think that's basically saying there's some kind of registration card there. Lots of information on the back as well. I'm not going to get too bored with that either. So we're going to take a look at the instructions now. Let me just get all this other stuff out of the way and then we can focus on them. Okay, so here are the instructions, and like a lot of instructions for these later generation games, they're quite comprehensive with a lot of pages, so I'm going to skim through them fairly quickly. I think we've got the contents. Tells you about the fact that you can use the game with a normal GameCube controller, but that's no fun, is it? We're going to use it with the bongos. I'm going to show you the bongos a little bit more closely in a minute. So let's move on and see what else we get. So tells you about setting the thing up, and also some warnings. Let's have a look at these because these should be fun. Warnings about using the bongos. They're highly sensitive and are designed to respond to a light tap. Don't beat too hard on them. Don't use them for extended periods. Recommend you stop playing immediately when you become tired. You only use your hands to hit them. Don't use drumsticks or other hard objects. When you play using the DK Bongos, consider your neighbours. Remember that noise and vibration could disturb them at certain hours. Typical Nintendo there. Yeah, so then it goes on about setting up the game for the first time, options and things like that. We'll skip over those. That's fairly dull. And then it goes on to the game flow, which it says that you start with an opening sequence, then you clear the stages, fight the king, clear the kingdom, and then there's other kingdoms to select, and then also you can collect crests in bronze, silver and gold. It then goes on to how to play the game, unsurprisingly. So it goes into some detail about the controls, walking and running, beating the chest, clapping and reaching out, grabbing people, things like that. Swimming and jumping, so there's lots you can do with these quite simplistic bongo controllers. Lots more information there about the bongos as well. Wall jumping, backwards leap, quick drop, examples of actions, reading the game screen. Again, I think it already said something about that. More bongo controls. Again, I'm not going to go too much into the detail of those. And also putting some style into your banana gathering apparently. And yet more instructions, although we're getting towards the end now. What have we got here? What to do when you're stuck? So there's some Q&A sort of hints and things like that for if you're stuck in the game. All very nicely presented, by the way, in a colourful green background inlay with lots of images on it as well. We've got some credits, and I think that's about it. Yeah, just some page for your notes there if you want to make some notes about the game, and a bit of random sort of warranty information and stuff like that. So I think that'll cover it for the instructions. And just to go onto the back cover there's Donkey Kong with the bongos again, and that leads me to the next part of this preview of the game, which is to take a look at those bongo controllers. And here we go, these are the Nintendo Donkey Kong Bongo controllers, originally designed for the rhythm game Donkey Konga, but then they created this Donkey Kong Jungle Beat as another type of game to play with them. I'm not sure if there's any other games that use the bongos, or if it's just Donkey Konga 1 and 2 and this game. So in terms of how you use them, well, you tap them on the top. There's 2 bongos to tap there. You can also clap, and that's received in a little speaker that you can see in the middle there. And it's also got a start and pause button. And in terms of how you connect this to the actual Gamecube, well, it's just like a normal controller. It just plugs in with the normal controller. So they're very robust. The plastic's very good on them. They're nicely detailed with the barrels, with the kind of clamps around them, the grey bits. So yeah, pretty robust and durable. Well, we'll see how durable they are, because I'm about to start hitting them when I play this game. Okay, so after a Nintendo logo, we get this screen, which is just telling me that I haven't got a save game on the memory card. That's because I've just wiped my previous one off, so we can see what the game looks like when you start it from scratch. So I'll create a save game now. So here's the title screen, and the first thing it asks you to do is clap for the bongos to receive the clap. So let's do that. You'll probably hear some background noise on this particular game of me clapping and bashing the bongos. Can't do anything about that. Hopefully it won't be too prominent. Still asking me to clap. Oh, okay, I've got to clap multiple times. There we go. I've got to applaud because here's Donkey Kong in the opening splash screen for the game. Cutscene, I should say. Here we go, it's opening ceremony. So you briefly get a chance to test your gameplay with the bongos. So it's asking you to tap the right bongo to run along. It didn't tell me to jump there, but you have to press both bongos together to jump. I will go through this. Here we go, now it's asking me to clap again. I will go through this later as we start the game properly, but oh no, it's asking me to tap the bongos, so I'm doing that. And I think that's probably it for the introduction. There we go, here's the title screen. You see the Donkey Kong Jungle Beat logo drops down, and there's some dancing monkeys and Donkey Kong with a big barrel, obviously, because that's what he likes to do, is throw barrels around. And then the game starts. So as you can see, you start with a kingdom that you can choose from. At the moment, that's the only kingdom, the Banana Kingdom. That's where you start the game. Other than that, there's no credits or anything like that on the screen. It just tells you what the level consists of, which is the Dawn Savannah, the Jungle Deeps, and one other level. And there are also some options. We'll just quickly go into the options. There's language, sound, they're both fine. I'm just going to change the clap sensor because I find that sometimes hitting the bongos activates the clap sensor. So I find when I move it up to level 8, that's better. It doesn't detect a bashing of the bongos as a clap usually. Hopefully that's what will happen. And then we'll get the game started. But what I'm going to be doing is putting a little picture-in-picture of me operating the bongos, so you can see how you play this game with the bongos if you've never seen it before. I mean, the game's been out nearly 20 years, so you've probably seen other people playing it with the bongos if you're interested in it. But hey, what's the point in doing this if I'm not going to show you me playing the bongos, eh? So let's get started with the Banana Kingdom. So here's Donkey Kong sitting in his tree, and the other thing you have to do is clap. So things that you have to do with the bongos then. So tapping the bongo, the right bongo, will make you move right. Tapping the left one will make you move left. Hitting them both together will make you jump. And clapping will do various actions, but clapping above these, or sorry, below these fireflies will just make an arrow form that points in the direction you need to go. So it does give you hints. Later on they become useful in other ways in the game. So the aim of the game is to collect as many bananas as possible. When you collect bananas, you get stuff added to the barrel on the left, which is known as beats. You can also pound enemies by jumping on them and then hitting one of the bongos, as just happened. So here you can only unleash these bananas here by jumping up and clapping, and you'll get some bananas added to your total. So we'll carry on. Fairly easy to begin with, as you'd imagine. So you can see you can only collect the ones in the bubbles by clapping. You've basically got to burst the bubbles. So here's a monkey that's here to help you, and you clap to jump up, clap to get the bananas and move down, and same thing again here. The ones, the monkeys in the little bushes are basically helping you move around the level in the whichever direction it points you at. And missed a few bananas there, so I'm just going to try and go back and get those. Got some of them. Let's try and do this again. Missed it again. One more try. Takes a bit of getting used to say the least. There we go, got them that time. I can actually jump over them by the looks of it there, but let's just go and sort this guy out now. So here you just get to pound this unfortunate furry character that's blocking this doorway, collect a few more bananas. You go through a little slidey level. So the levels are... oh no, I missed all that stuff. Get these guys though. So you can knock these guys out and stun them. And then if you bump into them while they're stunned, then you collect some more bananas. What you're actually collecting is beets. There we go, there's a big bunch of them at the end there. And there's a few more. May as well collect those as well. And then finally, to complete the level, you jump up, clap your hands a couple of times, and then you end up in this area where you just got to hit as many bananas as possible and collect them. This is quite an exhausting game. So there you go, I've completed the first level, Dawn Savannah, with 285 beats. So I think that will do for a demonstration of how you use the bongos. I don't think you need to see me hitting the bongos anymore, and I'll move on to the next stage. Okay, so on to stage 2, and it is basically more of the same but a more elaborate level. You've got to slide down a few things. So these guys are bad news. I need to stun those guys and get the bananas. And yeah, as you can see, the levels incorporate elements like water and things to bounce on. Lovely waterfall. The graphics are really nice. It's I'll just do this. This is a wall jump. So it's a 2.5D game. So it's 3D sprites or 3D graphics, but in a 2D environment. Basically, if you don't know what 2.5D is, so it's basically like a classic 2D platformer, like the original Donkey Kong Country. What do I do here? There you go, there's some mushrooms. So now I'm going to jump onto this thing here, I guess. There you go, spin myself around, fling myself over there. Oh, I jumped right off the edge there and back down to the bottom, so let's try that again. Oh, they've all gone. Oh, I'm making a right mess of this. There we go, let's get them out again, try again. It's very easy to get sort of confused in the heat of the moment when you're playing a game using bongos. There we go, got those at last now. So this guy's going to need a bit of attack as well. And again, it's the same idea as the first level. You've got to bash the bongos and punch him. So yeah, really nice graphics. Obviously Nintendo know what they're doing in this respect. They're the masters of platform games, really. So what's going on here? I don't know. Oh, okay, I get to fly down. I haven't played this for a while, so I can't remember exactly what you do on some of these levels, but now I'm basically using, I don't know, some kind of creature as a parachute to drift down and collect all these bananas as I go down the screen. So there's lots of different ways, even though there's only very simple controls of left, right and jump and some kind of punch action. There's all different kinds of the ways that it's actually used within the game. What's going on here? I don't know. Oh, okay, I'm up there now. Let's get all these things as well. Pufferfish by the looks of it. I like how they run out of steam. So yeah, really nicely designed enemies, all very cute, and a bit of a shame to destroy them half the time, but you know, I've got to collect those bananas. I'm really struggling to get this one. There we go, finally. Yeah, so moving on, I haven't really talked about sound yet, but some nice music in the background, very sort of tropical calypso style music as befits a tropically themed action game, I guess you'd say. What's going on here? Yeah, more bananas, sorry, more toadstools. So you can manoeuvre in mid-air, which is quite cool as well. Get those as well, and I think I'm at the end of the level here, so I've just got to jump up, hit this thing, and again you just got to smash the bongos as fast as you can to get as many more bananas. Basically it's all about the bananas. So So there we go, I finished that level with 619 bananas, and now there's a creature looming in the darkness. And as you can probably guess, the final stage of each world or each kingdom is a boss battle. So we'll move on to the boss battle. And here we go. I'm up against Dread Kong. More of a 3D drawn environment, although it does still end up being a 2D battle. And actually this first boss, as I recall, is really easy. Basically you just got to hit him as hard as you can. It's just a straight slugfest between you and him. So as long as you hit him more than he hits you, then you'll survive. There we go. It's literally just smack the bongos as often as you can. There's probably a knack to it. There's probably a rhythm to it or something like that, but I'm literally just pounding away at him. I don't know if he's hit me yet. Doesn't look like it. You've both got a health bar and this is like halfway down, so it's quite boring, but it is also quite easy. Yeah, nearly there, nearly worn him down. 80 health left. I've lost a few hits there because I had 600 and something to start with. He's getting me a few times now. Come on, just finish him off, Donkey Kong. Getting worn out from hitting the bongos. What an exhausting game this can be. There we go, finally got him. Nope, still haven't got him. Still need a couple of hits. Oh my word. There we go, finally got him. That was harder than I remember. And there you go, Donkey Kong's completed the first level, killed Dread Kong, or at least knocked him out. Probably didn't kill him. This is Nintendo after all. So I lost 40 beats at the end there, but the target for the beats was 570. Sorry, it was 500, and I got 579. So good. I completed the first stage basically, which was pretty easy, and they do get more difficult. So it counts up how many you've got. So I've got past. Basically, you get these crests, achievements for completing the level basically. So I've got a crest of royalty. There are 3 crests in every kingdom: bronze, silver and gold, and I got the bronze one. What have I got to do here? Press stop. And I also got the silver one, but I didn't get the gold one. I suspect you have to get probably over 700 to get the gold crest on each stage. And there you go, then it's back to the overview screen, the menu screen. New kingdom's been discovered. The Orange Kingdom, and another new kingdom has opened, or it's opening, which is the Watermelon Kingdom. So very much fruit themed. And oh, another new kingdom's been discovered, which is, oh okay, it's been discovered but it hasn't opened, so I need to collect another higher level crest to unlock that one. It would appear I need to get 3 crests to unlock that. So but I've now got 2 other levels to play on, so I will continue and I'll perhaps play the Orange Kingdom next, I guess. So this is the start of the Orange Kingdom, Silver Snow Peak, and this is a proper throwback to the original Donkey Kong Country series of games, because in this one you're riding a beast and you've got to ride as quickly as you can, jump up and get as many different bananas and things as you can. I'm not doing a very good job here at the moment. Oh, I should have clapped then. Oh, now I'm flying down a hill with a snowball chasing me. So you can see the style of the levels does change from one area to the next. They're not all like this, but there are sort of special ones at various points. There we go, that was good. I got some of those guys then. So yeah, you just have to keep rampaging through here. Oh dear. Yeah, I got them, that's cool. I do a lot of clapping in this. So here you've got to chase this snowball, which has now gone past you, and break it down because there's something big coming after you. Oh, it's going to get me. It's a big fish for some reason. I'm in a snowy area and there's a big fish. There we go, I've managed to escape it, I think. Oh, it's going to be close. Zoomed in a little bit now. So yeah, nice graphics in this snowy. Oh, and I'm at the end. Did I get it? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, no. What have I got to do now? I'm not sure. Oh, okay, I've got to jump. There we go. I've done a big ski jump at the end there, and I don't know, something happened. Is it still going on? Is the game still? No, there we go. That's the end of that stage. So that was exhausting again. I've got 359 beats. which should see me well for going on to the next stage and then past that, beyond it, and getting the 500. I'm not going to show the next stage, well I will quickly show it you actually, but it's just a normal, quite boring stage after that, where you're just playing the normal walking along. So we'll skip past this and go to the oh, I don't know what's happened there. There you go, you're basically firing around, but it's very similar to the other normal sort of platforming levels, so we don't need to see too much of that. Let's just move on to the end of this level and then see what the boss is like for this second stage. Okay, so I've completed the Sky Garden stage. I'm now on to the final stage, which once again is a boss, and as you can see I've got 632 beats, so plenty of beats, plenty of leeway to lose some in this boss fight, so let's move on to that now. And as you can see, the boss on this second level is versus Scruff Rock, or Scruff Rock is who I'm fighting, should be more accurately said. And yeah, so it's a big bird with it carrying what, a balloon or something like that, or a cannonball, who knows. So yeah, so the idea here is you've got to jump up when it flies. Oh, I've got hit a little bit there, but hopefully it'll come flying past me in a minute here. As it flies over you, you've got to jump up into the ball and then hit it and try and break it. I suppose, is it supposed to be an egg? I'm not really sure, but anyway, I did some damage there. And then same again, so you've got to avoid the shards that it's throwing, which I'm not doing a very good job of doing at the moment, but I'm pretty safe. It has to be said, the game is pretty easy, probably to compensate for the confusing control mechanism. It's not a very difficult game really. It's although I am getting hit quite a lot here. Let's see if we can get another hit on it as it goes past here. There we go. Oh, I didn't really get it that time for some reason. There we go, got it more that time. So yeah, there we go. In fact, I've wiped it out there with a bit more hammering. So it wasn't a very difficult boss to destroy. As I say, the levels are pretty easy, certainly on these first two worlds. Whether it gets harder as we move on, we'll find out in a minute, because I'm going to play the next one in a second. So I ended up with 612 beats, beat the total required of 500 quite easily, but again I don't think I'll get the gold crest here. I think I will stop with the silver one again. Yep, definitely think you need over 700 to get the gold one, and I don't know the skills really to achieve that at the moment. Probably never will. So that's the Orange Kingdom completed, and that has now unlocked another kingdom, the Apple Kingdom. Just telling you about what beats are and your energy and all that kind of stuff. I think it's too late to really need to know about that stuff. So let's move on now to the next one, which is the Watermelon Kingdom, and this will be the final one I'm playing on this video, because I think we've probably seen enough really. I don't know if it unlocks more kingdoms after the Apple one, or that's it. It doesn't seem a huge amount of levels for a game like this, but maybe that's all you get. So anyway, I'm going to try the Watermelon Kingdom. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so we're in Monkey Fest, and this level is very different to the others because you have to keep using the clap to move around the stage. So you have to clap at just the right time to get things. Oh, I'm getting flung up a little bit there. And each time you hit the clap in the right place, you get sent further around the level. Missed a load of bananas there. You've got two options: go up there, yeah, get all those at the top there. Let's do that again. So you don't use the bongos at all really on this one. Back the way I came for some reason. Drop down there, I guess. Ooh. Got confused and tried to hit the bongos, but I'm doing okay. But there is just a lot of clapping to negotiate around this level, which is probably really annoying to you as a listener of this video. It's quite exhausting as well, just clapping. It's quite... oh, I missed him again. Yeah, clapping's quite difficult, or it's quite exhausting, more than I thought it would be, to be honest. What's going on here? Probably just go there then now, do I? As long as you land roughly in the vicinity Oh no, then it's fine, but if not, then you drop all the way back down. I could have helped myself a little bit there, but let's try again. Let me off. Back up we go. Up again. And finally there's the end, and it's a big watermelon, and then it's just the usual bash the bananas and grab as many as you can, and that's that level completed. I need a breather now because that was hard work. So I've now got very sore hands, but let's move on to the next stage, which hopefully doesn't require quite as much clapping. Yeah, I'm quite worn out. I can't deny this is a very energy spending game. I don't know what's going on here now. There's a bunch of flowers that I'm having to collect. I don't really know why, but I am doing. More bananas, obviously. This landscape on this one's a bit dull. It's kind of Monument Valley, deserty sort of thing, but it's not particularly attractive compared to some of the others. I think the snow one was particularly nice. Yeah, you just have to use the clap to stun those enemies that come towards you, and then when they turn blue you just pick them up. So progressing alright here, I think. What goes on with these? Oh no, okay, there's something required here. Jump on them? No, I'm not really sure what I'm doing with these ones. Let's just run past them. There's something up the top there, but no, I'm not sure. Okay, carry on. Saying to clap, so okay, yeah. And yeah, so this is where I did mention this earlier, the little stars that you sometimes have to clap to form into a shape. They form into a platform here, so I've got to get up there. Oh, wall jump probably, yeah, there we go. And then wall jump my way, oh no, to clap to get them back together. It's very inventive, but it's also quite exhausting and quite complicated. Oh dear. For a man of my limited abilities, it's quite hard work. I find tapping the two together to jump the most challenging for some reason. This guy's going to want bashing, isn't he? Oh, okay, yeah, we've been here before, I think. There we go. Yeah, bash this guy. Past it. Oh, nearly got caught on those spines there. So, yeah, I guess form of something there. Okay, there's a big balloon. Okay, getting there, I think. Not much more to say about the game. It's interesting. It's a 2D platformer played with bongos. Why wouldn't it be interesting? But it is also quite exhausting, as I've said, and I do tend to jump the wrong way a lot. Jump on this guy? Oh, okay, yeah, jump on these guys and punch them. I did see these in the earlier level, but I think the other ones you can't actually destroy unless I just haven't worked out the way to destroy them. Maybe if you throw them into the air and then you jump at them. Oh yeah, okay. You do something with them there. I think you can fling them. Let's try that again. Oh no. Yeah, there you go. You can fling them at things, so that might come in handy later, I guess. And okay. Speaking of flinging, so here you've got to jump up. I think clap to hit the thing, and then hit the bongo in the right direction to throw the thing back at the guy that threw it at you. Something along those lines. Oh no. And there we go. It only took 3 shots and I've destroyed that thing, and now we're at the end of the level. It's another giant watermelon. Usual thing of bashing the bananas, bashing the bongos to get the bananas, and I've got over 700, so I've got a shot, I think, depending on how I get on against this boss, at actually getting the gold
crest, but it depends on how I get on against this boss. So the boss is Rogue Hog, a giant pig. Let's see how we get on against him. Okay, so he's throwing stuff, so I think we know what we've got to do here. Oh, I threw that the wrong way, but that was the idea. Oops, he's got me. So you've got to time your jump, hit the thing. Oh no, I got electrocuted. And again, that's not going well. This is not going well so far. Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get that 700 points unless I get my act together a bit here. I haven't got a single hit on him yet. It's quite difficult. Okay, and there we go. Now I've thrown it in the right direction. Okay, and now have I got to punch him? Yeah, okay. Get in there. Oh. Yeah, now I'm down to 700 now, so... But I know what I'm doing now. It's just about how many hits I can get on him each time. He's getting angry now. Oh, okay, these are new. He's throwing some kind of spiky things at me. Oh dear, yeah. That's the end of my any chance of getting over 700 beats now. Oh, I didn't get close to that. They're quite inventive bosses. Each boss battle seems to offer something new. A new sort of challenge to get over. I can't get close to the things he's throwing at the moment, which doesn't seem entirely fair. Can't destroy those either, it seems. This is getting a bit tedious now. There we go. Hopefully this should be enough to finish him off now. Close. Am I going to make it? No, we're going to need one more. Oh. Oh damn. Go on, get that. There we go. That should finish him off now. At last. And there we go. Oh, that was exhausting. My arms and hands are completely knackered after playing this game. So it's one of those games that you just play in small bursts, I think, that's fair to say. But I've defeated the third boss, and I think we'll call it a day at that point. Unfortunately, didn't get over the 700 points that I think you probably need to get the gold crest, so I'll never know unless I play it again. But yeah, it's a pretty fun game. Definitely one of those things you probably put on at a party to play with friends so everyone can laugh at each other doing badly at it. Interesting control idea. I did mention earlier you can play it with the controller as well. I don't think it'd be half as much fun with that because it's quite a simple game. So without the bongo action, I think it's probably quite a dull game, to be honest. But with the bongos, it's a pretty good laugh. Definitely something I'm going to keep. It's just giving me some more tutorial stuff now, which is a strange thing to do when you're 3 stages into the game, but there you go. I think it's basically telling you how to get more points, basically. So, but that will do for this one. If you've ever played the game, you got any thoughts on it, or you want to play it after seeing my video and my terrible performance on it, then let me know in the video comments. That brings another review to an end then, and that means it's time to pick out a game for the next edition of Witchfinder's Gaming Vault. Here's my tin of random games as always, so let's see what comes out for next time around. And it is a Commodore 64 game, Los Angeles Police Department. Yeah, I know as much as you do about that at this point if you've never heard of it, nor have I really. It's one I picked up fairly recently and never played, so I'll be playing that next time around. Thanks very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.